Fathers and daughters have a very special bond, and when it goes wrong, daughters spend their whole lives chasing it. How do you feel about Moon Knight? There's a lot of conflicting arguments about it, but you know one thing that I love, that I'm a sucker for, is daughters chasing their fathers. Daughters chasing their fathers, or avenging their fathers, or learning more about their fathers. I've got two daughters of my own, and I love that kind of a story of tracking down their father's killer, avenging him, showing the love they feel for him. Another thing that I love is Mulan, Disney's Mulan. Very similar, right? She goes into battle largely, to save her father. Daughters loving their fathers. I love this trope. I love it, even if it's a conflicted arguing, like, okay, well, let's talk about that relationship. Even if it's tough, I love that trope of a daughter's love for her father and discovering pieces, even if he's a complicated man. I love that. Why? Because it's such an innate part of our human nature. So much of our attachment comes from our parents. I mean, it is. Attachment comes from your parents. And so much of our sense of self-worth, especially in romantic relationships, comes from our opposite sex parent. For daughters, that often means that loving bond with their father, that intimacy that exists there. Yes, daughters can be close to their mothers and they have that shared understanding, but fathers and daughters have a very special bond. It is wonderful. When it goes right, it goes very right. And when it goes wrong, daughters spend their whole lives chasing it. Whether it goes wrong because the father did something wrong or because someone else removed him from her. This is why there's the story of a daughter tracking down her father's killer, of who robbed her of that man that she loves so much. There's something there, man. I love that. I love that piece. Audience watching this, how do you feel about that trope? Women watching this, how do you feel about your father? It's complicated, right? It can be very complicated, especially if you're watching an attachment specialist videos. You may have attachment complications yourself, which often involves fatherhood. Fathers must stand up and take a firm stance in the lives of their children for love and real connection. That is a father's job, is to raise healthy children who can survive in adulthood, and not just survive, but get the best opportunities that they can. And that means building good attachment. So you look at that relationship in Moon Knight. You look at the complicated things that went on, but you also look at everybody she goes around and talks to. How do they feel about him? They respect him as a man of principle. Everywhere she goes, people are remembering him. They are saying, I remember him and he helped me. Now I'm going to help you. Those pieces come out. He was an honorable person in her life, and she finds that out more and more as more people talk to her about him. This is the role a father should take in the life of his children. Now, should he be more present with her? Should he be around her more? I mean, that's a great thing to do, yes. But he should also make sure he's a man of principle and a man of integrity and a man who gives his daughter that love and intimacy, and his sons. And mothers should do the same for their daughters and children. This is parenthood. But right now, especially between fathers and daughters, giving that example, building that love, and showing that intimacy, crucial. So fathers watching this, or men who want to become fathers, find your principles. Live to them unerringly. If you make a mistake, own up to it and then correct it. That's your step-by-step process to become a better father. And learn about attachment so that you can boost it between you and your daughter. Instant step. People watching this, if a better father would have made a difference in your life, or if you had a wonderful father and you want to brag about him, drop it in the comments below. I wish my father had X. This is what I would have done. I've always wanted this, or my father was blank. Drop those in the comments. I want to hear them, because fatherhood, it's near and dear to my heart.